Aloha, I'm Kala'i Miller, and welcome to Home is Here. In 2024, the University of Hawaiʻi Band is celebrating its 100th anniversary. For a century, this vibrant program has enriched the lives of students, athletes, alumni, fans, and the community through live performances at sporting events, as well as sit-down concerts. These talented musicians work around the clock to share tradition and pride and aloha to the state and beyond.
The UH Bands isn't just one band. It's our marching band, our 300-piece Rainbow Warrior Marching Band. It's 3 concert bands. It's all the Pep Bands that play at the women's, men's, basketball, and volleyball games. It's our chamber groups. It's all the service we give to the community. The UH Bands began, well, 100 years ago as this 18-piece drum and bugle band that played at a few UH functions, I think was connected to the ROTC program here. So our UH Bands program has been around for 100 years, starting in 1923, and over the years has grown and grown and grown. There have been some pretty significant figureheads or people that really contributed to the growth of the UH Bands program. First among those is Richard Lum. Richard S. Lum was director of bands from, I believe, 1960 to 1985. UH was fortunate enough to get this man who was such a visionary into what this UH Bands program was going to be. Richard Lum was instrumental in the growth of the UH Bands program through the force of his personality, through his recruiting efforts, through his efforts with the state legislature in getting scholarship dollars connected to the band program. So before Richard S. Lum was director of bands, this 50, 70, 80-piece group grew into this 200-piece band that was performing all over the campus and athletic events and etc. When Richard Lum retired from UH Bands, Grant Okamura came into our family, our ohana here. He was director of bands from 1985 to 2010. Grant Okamura would take the bands program and grow it. The wind ensemble toured to the mainland. The wind ensemble had guest artists would come and perform with us. So he did a lot for our bands program.
1, 2, 3, yeah! So our first event for our 100th anniversary for the UH Band is a reconnect and a get-together for band alumni throughout all the years and all the ages. We invited everybody to come here and just reconnect and talk story, get to see each other again, you know, just get to hang out and just have a good time.
It was fun to be part of a group, something that's bigger than yourself. Just to be part of a bigger group it's fun to be in a crowd where everyone has similar interests and similar goals, and I don't know, it's just a fun experience.
So I think we've had people here from the 60s all the way to just graduated last year. So whatever that span is, we've seen the alumni from all the way.
Bravo. Yeah, that really cooks at that tempo. I like that. And I like that we're leaning forward on the gas pedal. I'm not letting go of that. It's a small thing. Last beat. 3, 4, 1. Da-ga-da-dum. All of you. Quarter notes a little bit longer than you've been giving. Just a little bit longer. 2, 3, 4, 1. You'll make life easier for the high brass if you sustain through that. You know, they'll feel a little bit less exposed. And hopefully a little bit freer to take chances and go for it. Ba, ba, 1. The Wind Ensemble is the premier concert band here at the University of Hawaii. And as such, the players in that group are pretty darn talented. And so I'm very fortunate to get to work with 45 or so of the most talented wind and brass and percussion player students here at UH. We have an ambitious agenda in terms of performances, in terms of commissions of new works, in terms of performing with guest artists. We've been able to travel as well. In recent years, we've put a lot of energy into how our ensembles connect with the community we serve. The University of Hawaiʻi Wind Ensemble exists to serve all of Hawaii. And rather than just reach the audiences that go to us in concerts, we're wanting to reach out to the community itself through various ways. And a couple examples of that might be our chamber groups. Our chamber groups go out and perform in the community in maybe places that you might not expect. We've, in the last couple of years, performed at the Waiava Correctional Facility a couple times, traveled over there, performed, gotten to know the facility, and gotten to know the people there a little bit. We're really keen on the idea of our wind ensemble and our band program in general, connecting with as wide a population as we can, connecting with as many facets of the community as we can. Lahaina Luna is the alma mater for Lahaina Luna High School. It was written, I think, in 1898 by a student there at Lahaina Luna High School, so moved by the beauty looking down on the campus. It's the only alma mater in the state and in the entire country that's in Olelo Hawaiian. The band director at Lahaina Luna High School right now is a student from UH. And before that, he was in the band at Lahaina Luna High School. So we have a connection there, and we felt like we needed to do something, to give something musically. So we had another former student here, Jordan Goto, a member of the Royal Hawaiian Band, arrange their alma mater for us.
Up here at the University of Hawaii, the Pep Band plays at arena sports. So we play at men's and women's volleyball and men's and women's basketball. And the impact that the Pep Band has at games, I feel, is like enormous. It's all about college spirit and college rah-rah, getting the crowd excited, playing music that they'll enjoy, getting the crowd to cheer with us, getting the crowd to say, "Let's go Bows," or sing the fight song. We have important presence at the game. I mean, it's fun to be at games, and I think it's just fun to be a part of the whole excitement of it all. So the balloon hats, I'm not even sure what year it started, but it started with a band parent. His daughter was in the band. He actually came up to me and said, "Hey, let's start this. It'd be kind of fun. We'll make some balloon hats, and you can wear it at the game." And so he started making me a balloon hat at every game. Now, the person who makes my hats now has changed. Is now a band alumni. He used to play trombone in the band. Now he makes all my hats, all my balloon hats. I think the Pep Band does several things for all the different all the different people who come to games. And, it helps them feel a collegiate atmosphere. It helps them feel like we're a home team. It helps them feel like, hey, we can cheer along and we can sing along, or we can clap along with the different songs or the fight songs, and like how people sing along with our fight song now. I think that's so awesome. to hear people clapping and singing or seeing people dance, it's exciting. And I think just creating that spirit in the arena or at Pep Band is so fun. And the more we can do to create that kind of atmosphere, the better it is for everybody. You know, you got to create that college spirit, that home team excitement, and things like that.
A marching band is essentially a collection of winds, usually percussion, drumline can be more than that, but doesn't necessarily be, and then auxiliary units, color guard, twirlers, dance teams, depending on the makeup. And essentially, it's a band of people who play a musical instrument and move around on a football field at the same time. The marching band performs at all the home football games, and then the marching band membership make up pep bands and things that play around as well. So when you go to a basketball game, a volleyball game, where you see a band at a pep rally or on campus playing an event of some kind, those are all marching band students. So the marching band as a large identity or as a large ensemble plays at the home football games, and then its membership split up to play a lot of different things. So we see it as almost a complete athletic band program. Marching band rehearses Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 3:45 to 5:15 as an ensemble. We'll start with warm-up and breathing exercises and things that you need to do to develop your technique. Then we will work on just music standing still in an arc set, just so we can focus in on music and sound and learn the notes and rhythms and style that we need to. Then we'll move on, and generally we'll learn new drill on the field. They'll either learn the next show if they don't know it yet, or it'll be putting their movement they already learned with the music they just worked on, and then combining those things together in one. So when you break all of that down in an hour and 30-minute rehearsal, it's very fast-paced. It moves very, very quickly.
We're there to uplift the spirits of the people around us. We have certain tags that we play for certain things. For example, if we get a first down, we play the fight song. Yeah, kind of lift the spirits, get people involved. The music kind of gets people going a little bit.
We play the alma mater at the end of every game with the team. It's sort of the university's love song. It is sort of honoring the university, paying tribute to it and its history. We happen to have a lovely alma mater that has really great words. Win, lose, draw, it doesn't matter. The band, the football team, the cheerleaders, everybody involved, we love the university. We care about the university. We have pride in the university, and that song is a way to sort of represent that. Rainbow Invitational is a high school marching band festival that we host every year here. We bring in judges from across the country or the world to adjudicate our local bands. It is not a competition. It is just a festival. It's just a way for all of our bands to come together, play for each other, play for our community, play for the other band parents and people that come out to see it, and just sort of celebrate marching band on the island. So I believe there are 17 high school bands that will be joining us this year at Rainbow. And then at the end of the event, the Rainbow Warrior Marching Band will put on a performance for them as well, and hopefully they'll want to be a part of that in the future. It's a really neat event. The Rainbow Show this year we're calling the UH Band Jukebox. The first piece in the show is Sweet Georgia Brown, which came out in 1923. So obviously a nod to our founding. And the music is just sort of entitled to represent music and the sort of signposts of music life, pop music life in the country in the last 100 years. First movement is jazz, so it's based on Sweet Georgia Brown, Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue, Caravan, which is a very famous jazz standard, takes us from 1923 up into the sort of 50s. And just to kind of show how the world has developed, we have Elvis's Hound Dog, and then that is combined with Doja Cat's Vegas, which was is based on Hound Dog and was featured in the Elvis movie that was recently out. So it's sort of Hound Dog has transitioned from its original time to now. And then the slow movement is Killing Me Softly, which is a similar thing. The original 1970s version morphs itself into the 1990s R&B version as well, so that takes us up through the 90s, and then a sort of medley of music over the last 7 or 10 years takes us through the end of it. It's essentially a study of sort of music and how it's developed in the last 100 years that we have existed.
What I'm most proud of is just being able to be a part of this story, being a part of the history of this place. We've been going for 100 years, and the history, the legacy, the foundation, the connection to the community, the hundreds, well, thousands of folks that have come through this UH Bands program, the number of students, the faculty, everyone connected to it. I am proud and humbled to be a part of that history and to be a part of that story going forward.
Students in music learn an exceptional amount of things. We often hear people talk about, that they have higher test scores and they learn leadership, and all of that is very true. However, I think the most important thing they get out of it is an aesthetic education. It teaches them to feel. It's when your senses are alive, when they're functioning at their highest possible level, and it makes you a better human. It makes you more well-rounded. It makes you empathetic, and it makes you caring because you're just in touch with the world in a way that's different.
I think any student that joins band is really joining the UH Band family. And it's really, you're really becoming a part of an organization that is making you feel like you're part of a family. You're making friends, you're getting involved in a community. It becomes home. It becomes home and family to you. I think that's one of the neatest things about it.